Hi guys, my name is David and welcome back to my channel. I wasn't planning to do this video right now, but I thought, okay, I've got some time. I was working today, so I had some free time to actually do a video, so I thought, why not do one now? So I am going to be doing my March wrap up, and overall, I had a really excellent reading month in March. It seemed that I was reading books quickly and I was enjoying a lot of books as well. Yes, I know that I could have actually slowed down and maybe focused on quality over quantity. Not saying that all these books I've actually read weren't quality, just that I would have liked to, slow down a bit. But this is the pile of the books. I had a bit of trouble holding these up in my thumbnail, but I think I did my best. So yeah, I'm just going to go through these and tell you a little bit about them. If I have any videos regarding any of these books, I'll have a thumbnail up here for my video about it. And I'll also have a link down below about that video as well, in case you're wanting to watch a video on a specific book that I talk about. So the first one I read was Deadhead by Sean Hudson. I have a whole video review on this, and this is about a detective that uncovers a adult film industry organization, and they have kidnapped his daughter, and he basically has to go in there all guns blazing and try to rescue her. This is a very adult, mature, readers only book. As I said, it deals with the adult film industry, but it also deals with like outrageous sex scenes, and it also touches on homeless, which is a nice thing to read in a book. But I really enjoyed Deadhead, and I give it a 4 stars out of 5. The second thing that I read was a short story collection, which is a horror-based story collection, called Peel Back and See by Mike Thorne. I have done a whole video review about this book, and I'm also doing a giveaway, which right now the giveaway is still active. You can still put your name through to win a copy of this book. But this was a really interesting cosmic horror short story collection by an author that I really enjoy all of his work. He never disappoints me, and he's become a favourite horror author for me. So I really enjoyed it. So in my video, I rated all the individual stories separately, but as a whole, I rated it a 3.5 stars out of 5. Next book that I read was Hex by Thomas Old Hewlett. I probably butchered his name, but that's the best I can probably say it. This is about a town that has a witch that wanders around with her eyes and her mouth sewn up, and it's implied that if her eyes and mouth ever are opened again, that the town will be destroyed and everyone in the town will be killed. This was an okay book. It wasn't terrible, but it wasn't scary, and that's the biggest sin that I can probably give this book. I did a whole rant video where I said that this book broke me, and in a way it did, but I did see its charm despite its many flaws. I also did this as a buddy read with Mr. Morningstar, and we both had the same kind of reactions and thoughts about it. I think he kind of disliked it slightly more than I did. I might give this one a reread at some point down the line, but not anytime soon. So I rated Hex a 2.5 stars out of 5. Next thing that I read was Uzumaki by Jinju Ito. This is a Japanese manga that is about 600 pages in length, or probably just over that page, or just over that page count. This is about a town that is cursed with this spiral. Everyone that sees this mysterious shape turns insane and either kills them or drives them mad. And we are following a couple of our main characters where we follow them, and through their eyes we see what's happening in the town and with its citizens as well. This was an absolute pleasure, as it is always with Ginger Ito. Everything that he writes is perfect and an absolute pleasure to actually get through. This is a horror manga which everyone should be reading if you are into horror but you aren't sure about what to start off with mangas. This does intimidate people a lot because of its size, but I enjoyed this so much, so I couldn't rate it any less than a 5 stars out of 5. Next thing I read, sticking with my Edgar Allan Poe series, the story that I read in this from last month was Vonkemplin and His Discovery. I have yet to do a video on this, but I will be doing it soon. This focuses around a man who we see gets the ability to change metal such as lead into gold. This was a okay story by Poe. I'm not sure what I make of his stories. He is labelled as one of the masters of horror. And yes, I know that this is only the 4th story I've read by him, but so far I haven't come across any of his horror stories, but I'm looking forward to it. But Vonkemplin was an okay story, so I give it a 2 stars out of 5. Next thing that I read was a manga called Blood on the Tracks. This is volume 1. This has a large volume series to it, and this was first advertised to me as something that Ginger Ito fans would probably like. This isn't horror. Yes, it's more of a thriller, to be honest, really. It does have some very shocking moments in it, but it's not horrific, and it's nothing like Ginger Ito actually writes. I suppose if you are a fan of Ginger Ito, then you will appreciate this story and the artwork. But this is about a overprotective mother as she cares for her son, who is very sheltered, and as he grows up, we discover his kind of unhealthy relationship with his mother, and it's also implied that the mother figure isn't what she appears to be. Is she a monster? Is she just overprotective about her son, who she knows? But it's left on a cliffhanger. I'm not sure whether I should continue with the series. It's not that I didn't enjoy this series or not, but let me know if you read this. Let me know if it's any good in the other volumes. Let me know if it's worth continuing this series. I got this because one of my buddies on eBay was selling a couple of mangas, and this was in the bundle. So I thought, okay, I'll read this. I think I read this all in one day, but this was really good. What did I rate it? I rated it a 3 stars out of 5. I had to check my list. Next thing that I read was the first Harry Potter book, Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, or if you're in America, it's the Sorcerer's Stone. I don't have to explain what this is about. I read this because I am a massive Harry Potter fan. I've watched all the films. I've been to the studio tour up in Leavesden where the films were made. I've been up to the Wizarding World of Harry Potter a couple of times. I've been to the official Platform 9 3/4 shop over on King's Cross, and I've even been to a shop in London that was responsible for making a lot of the printing material that was featured in the movies as well. So I knew going into this what I was getting myself into. I have never read any of the Harry Potter books. I've read the fourth one, The Goblet of Fire, I know that. And I am pretty sure I've read this one, but it was many years ago. And I remembered a lot of this going through it. So I thought, okay, this year I've got to read all the Harry Potter books. So I read this and it was really, really good. I'm not going to do any reviews for the Harry Potter books because I don't want to support J.K. Rowling. And yes, guys, her name is on the book. And like it or not, she did write Harry Potter. So I don't really want to support Rowling on this channel. And also, what am I going to say about these books that haven't been said already? If you want me to do a video on my feelings about these books as a whole and talk about them in a more of a discussion type of video and less of a review for them, then please let me know down below. But I really enjoyed this. This was an excellent book. I was going to take the easy way out and give this an easy 5-star rating, but I'm going to give it a 4. I'm going to be fair to the other books because I know they're going to be better. But this one I am going to be fair and give it a 4 stars out of 5. Next one was another manga. This is volume 1 of Attack on Titan, which is a anime. I've actually seen the first 2 seasons of the anime, so I knew exactly what I was getting myself into and what this book was all about. I found this one a while ago in one of my favourite secondhand bookshops, and it was just in my room, and I thought, okay, I might as well read it. I'm not gonna hang on to it. I'm just gonna read it and enjoy it and pass it on. If you've seen the opening of season 1, this is pretty much what you're gonna get. But this is about a town that is enclosed behind this massive wall or walls, and they are completely terrorized by these massive human figures called Titans that are obsessed about eating people. And you have all these soldiers that are specifically trained into killing these Titans and defending their town. And there's all these different ways that they can do it. But this was a good story. It wasn't the best, but I enjoyed it for what it was. I give it a 3 stars out of 5. I'm probably not going to continue with the series. If I find any of the other books secondhand, then I will pick them up. But I'm not going to go and actively buy these books in bookshops. And the last thing that I read was A Monster Calls by Patrick Ness. This was an absolute joy to read. This is a illustrated edition, and some pages they have a partial picture on them, and here's another one as well. And there are other times when there is this double spread of the image as well. It's a very dark and detailed pictures that are in this book. It's very gloomy and there isn't much details on the characters' faces, but it gives you enough to actually get the point and message across. But this is about a boy who is very independent, and he is taking care of his sick mother, and one day this strange massive monster arrives at his house, completely made up of a tree that is in a cemetery. And at first the boy is thinking that the monster has come to save his sick mother, but we find out that that's not what the monster's intention truly is. This was a very charming story. It doesn't have a happy ending, guys, so don't think, oh it's a kid's book, it's bound to have a happy ending. It's more of a sad, morbid ending with maybe just a tiny dash of hope in it. And if you like Neil Gaiman, then you will definitely like this and appreciate this. I haven't done a video on this yet, but I am planning to do one so I can talk about it in more detail. But overall, I rated this, oh, I haven't written down my rating for this, but I'm going to rate this a 4 stars out of 5. So that's it, guys. That is my very long wrap up for March. Let me know if you've read any of these books. Let me know what your opinions are on about them. And yeah, with all that out the way, have a great day. Read some awesome books, and I will see you all in my next video.